There you go. There you go. See, now look at this. Normal frame rate, right? It's not jumpy. I could even put effects. I could go live chat. I could go to. I could put effects. I could do this one. Look at that. People trying to interview me, right? I'll just have that there. People try. That's a picture. That's AIDS. That doesn't even look good. I'll do this one. I could put this one. Like, oh yeah, I got hey, and like, what? This one, which is like a porno, right? Like sort of behind the scenes voyeur sort of stuff. I'll leave this one. FanFest. No, screw that, man. Screw that. Sketch. I like Sketch. Sketch is kind of dope. See, I like this one, man. I like this one. The only thing that sucks is that you don't see the chat here, right? You don't see the chat here, which definitely sucks. And TTS doesn't work. TTS does not work. So that's one thing that does suck. Oh, that might be a good thing though, because that avoids somebody saying something that gets me copyright stricken. Have I seen the new iPhones? I haven't seen the new iPhones. I didn't know that there were new iPhones. Saturday show says hola. I say hola back. How you doing, sir? It's not Saturday, but I'll give that to you, considering you. It's a pain in the ass to change your name, right? See, look at that. Look at that. That looks 1,000 times better than what I was having before. I don't understand why YouTube was being, or the other app was being dumb. I'm pretty sure it's some setting that I need to figure out. Look at that. Damn, son. Look at no frame rate dropping. Hello. Hello. Look at this. I mean, it's the frame rate's kind of poop. You're right. It's kind of, yeah. I just got. It might be the light too. It might be the light, or trying to compensate for the light. But at least it's not doing some weird stuff. Is that deck one way? No. It should be both sides that you could see it, right? I like the way it feels too. It's kind of one of these nice sort of feelings, right? Do I do the push through shuffle? No, I'm not a fan of that. I'm more of a fan of this like dirty ass sort of that. If I'm gonna do a false shuffle on the table, I'm more of a fan of that sort of aesthetic, which is not like a zero, because the zero you need the slip, right? With the zero, it's more of like one of these actions. With this one, it's just like a mess. I'm more of a fan of that as opposed to the other ones. I'm eating fish tacos in Hawaii. You know what? I'm kind of jealous, man. Although there's some shit going down in Hawaii, man. There's some shit going down in Hawaii. I remember seeing the whole volcano thing, which was kind of a shame. But that's what happens when you live fucking near volcanoes. It's like, hey, you know what? My island was made out of a volcano that came out of the ocean. Why don't we just live here? Well, you had what's coming. You had what's coming. Even though Hawaii is the home of the greatest American of all time, Dog the Bounty Hunter. That's right. I'm glad you guys are here. Dog the Bounty Hunter. So he's from Hawaii. So I hope nothing bad happened to him. Look at this. Let's see if I could do this. Do you go on any Magic Coms or meetups in Florida? If they're mostly in northern Florida, right? They're mostly northern Florida. So I don't like making the trip to do that. So I haven't necessarily. This one down here, I'll probably be interested. I remember this trick. It was one of the first things I learned. Usually it looks better than that, but I remember learning that a long time ago. I keep saying this is one of the first tricks I learned to every trick. So I feel like there's about 1,000 sort of tricks that I learned better. All your decks look so nice. That's one of the first tips, I think, that's the most important when you're learning Magic, is don't have a fucking death grip on the cards. So when you hold cards, I'm holding it enough so that it doesn't fall. That's it. I'm not squeezing it when I spread it. I'm not doing one of these. I do shoes for Nike in a sweatshop sort of spreads. Right. It's a nice open loose spread. Same thing with holding the deck. It's a nice sort of grip. I'm not squeezing them. I'm not putting more pressure than I need to, other than making sure that the cards are not falling off. So that's one tip. And you see the difference between somebody that just started off and somebody that's been in it for a while and how they hold a deck. Because somebody that obviously just started off, they're overcompensating, so they might do this sort of shit, right, where they're squeezing the cards, and then that causes the cards, since they're fucking paper, to not last all that long. So That's a hot tip, for you that doesn't involve getting demonetized, maybe. So Butcher the Pig says hi. Good to see you again, Butcher. Did you see your chat about magicians in Xavier's stream? Somewhat. I was kind of half paying attention because I was editing stuff for this secret project. Secret project hype next Friday. New project. Be on the lookout. Pigcake.me. I mean, you don't have to be on the lookout. I'm literally gonna shill it everywhere. Trying to make some of that sweet, sweet YouTube. It's gone. But I saw half of it. I was more there paying attention when that dude came on the chat that kept trying to get X to say, hey, hey, tell Chris Ramsey I said hi. No, really, I'm his biggest fan. Tell Chris Ramsey I said hi. Awkward, you know. Did you snag any red cherries? Nope. No, I didn't snag any red cherries. But what are the last cards? I'm trying to remember what the last cards are. Brett, is fame another word for finger? I still have your finger somewhere over there, Butcher. Thank you for that anatomically correct finger. You mother... Oh, my goodness. But I didn't snag the red cherries. I do have the blue ones. Graciously given to me by you and me, United Magicians Emporium. Only because he's like right here. Like pretty much. He's like 4 minutes that way. Finger I sent was different from the one in photos. Maybe, are you sure about that? Are you sure? Couldn't send real finger to mail. If you overnight it, I mean, people have sent some weird stuff over the mail as long as you do one day shipping. So you never know, man. You never know. So, let's see how obnoxious I could get. I know exactly, like, probably five cuts. And it kind of pisses off the cardisters. Because, see, back in my day, we called it flourishing. Back in my day. Now, they call it cardistry because they think they're special. Even though, I don't know about you, but they're not. I'll fight a cardister, man. I'll fight a cardister straight up. I'll, man, woof. What are you gonna do? Throw a card at me? Throw a packet at me? Get real, son. Who's a modern day Vernon or Marlowe? I don't know. I think that you can't make that comparison nowadays because so much has evolved from Vernon and Marlowe's time. As much as it pains me, I do have to compare it to something like wrestling, for example, where, in the 90s and 80s, people were kind of iffy about information in regards to wrestling. So the information that they got was only through word of mouth and what was presented, In Magic, it was the same deal. You really didn't have a lot of resources outside of books and magazines. So everything that came up was through word of mouth, through mentorship, and that doesn't exist anymore. Now you look on YouTube and you could find any fucking thing you want in regards to anything in relation to Magic or whatever. Even some marketed stuff, which is kind of unfortunate. But I think people now are at a position where they could be more advanced than someone like Vernon, younger. So you could have somebody that's way younger and still be as advanced and, as a matter of fact, be more knowledgeable of sleights than Vernon. With what we have access to today. So I think that it's an unfair comparison to make, at least nowadays. So I don't know. But, you do have certain people that are legends in Magic that are currently alive. Harry Lorraine, as much as it pains me to say, because he shills every fucking time that dude does anything. He shills everything that he has. Juan Tamaris is another, I would say, living legend in Magic. We have people like that, that have had a profound influence on Magic. I drew a trick with a crooked deck. That's in the other room, dude. Come on, man. You're asking me to stand up, go to the other room. I'm here waiting for my stuff to render. That's what I've been doing for the past... I'm pretty sure it's going to be done rendering in a little bit, but... F it. F it with the Cheez-Its. What's the difference between a tire and 365 used condoms? One's a good year, the other one's a great year. No, I wouldn't say teachings are obsolete. I'm saying that, uh, someone like Vernon is a lot easier to come across now because you have access to so much information. So whereas before we only had such like a very small amount of these masters of magic, like Vernon, like Marlowe, we only had a small amount of them. Now we could have a vast amount of people that could be considered mentors or contributors to magic, like Vernon. I'm not saying his teachings are obsolete because his teachings are pretty much the foundation for everything that we know today in terms of close-up and card magic. So they're not obsolete; they're the foundation. But there's potential for more people to be as knowledgeable like Vernon, as creative as Vernon, just because of how easy it is to access information. At least, that's what I think based on what I've seen in the magic community. So, let me see if I can do this one. Oh my goodness. That was the one I was working on the other day. Nope, that's not it. I always forget, man. These cardisters. It was also harder to come across any information when you hear Vernon talk about the center deal. Well, yeah, as I mentioned, everything was word of mouth. Everything was word of mouth, out of books, out of magazines. Video was very rare. You had to have Betamax, if at all. You do have some recordings here and there, but it's very, very little that we have. So I'm glad Vernon filmed the Revelation series. That was a definite great series. But apart from that, hey Piggers, do you value your life at exactly 40% off? You should join Pigcake at pigcake.me and use the code PiggyShield to get 40% off in honor of 40K, boy. Yeah, you're right, Sima. That's what I'm talking about. 40% off all the Piggy products. Also because new project hype next week on Friday. Look out for it. Will I go on Penn and Teller? I don't know. I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, because you have to think about what you do for them. You'd have to come up with something interesting. I'm sure if I dedicate myself, I'll be able to come up with something. But one thing that's interesting about the show is that a lot of people went on with some booky ass shit, and I'm sure it was just to get some clicks. They knew that they weren't gonna necessarily fool them, but they just went on for the the airtime. But I think I would definitely feel a little bit prideful in getting that FU trophy. But it's still a show on television. It's still one of these shows that are trying to portray something. Better show than I'm kind of proud of it. Listen, I'm super proud of that shit, son. What are you talking about? Trying to undersell my hype. You don't know hype, all right? You you southern Georgian. You southern Georgian mother, because north of Fort Lauderdale is South Georgia. That's what I'm saying. The Pigcake Plus people. Pigcake Plus. Know what I'm talking about. How much do I love Kamikaze? I think it's garbage. I think it's garbage. How tall will I be without your legs? Damn, man. That's I never thought of that. I never thought of, hey man, how tall will I be if I did not have legs? Jabrizi fooled Penn and Teller because he technically did a fake, man. He did a fake. He fooled me first time I saw it, honestly. He fooled me because I really thought he was doing, he slid it off the table and then he found a way to make it inside the sugar packet. I had no idea that he could have possibly pretended to slide the coin off the table and inserted it into a fucking slot in the coin, or in the thing, like as obvious as it would be. But that's what ended up fooling them, He fooled them because that trick, I guess, was designed to fool them by, faking a move or whatever that, that's well known. So that's why he got away with it. And then that's before they started doubling down on shit. So, that was kind of an interesting thing. How does it feel to be the best in the niche business of YouTube parody card magic tutorials, says Justin Einwechter. You know what? It's lonely up here. It's lonely up here. Sometimes I gotta bring myself down. So I could, put myself with the rest of the normies. But it's good. It's a good feeling, man. It's a good feeling, dude. Who's your favorite performer on Penn and Teller? Probably Piff. Piff was a great one. John Archer was a great one. Matthew Bish was one of the first ones I saw, and that was a great one because he fooled them with a no, right? They're like, we think there's something else in the other box, and he has a fucking card that says no. It's like, hey, here, take it, take it. That was an interesting one. Another one that I really enjoyed. There was a couple that I hated, man. I was like, what? How's Pigcake Plus's video? It's on how marijuana is racist, according to Now This News. So if you guys aren't following me on Pigcake Plus, make sure to check me out there. A little bit more of an uncensored pig and non-magic related content. So check me out there. Today's video is on how Now This says that the word marijuana is racist. So that's a fun one. I like the guy with no hands. You know, Butcher, I feel like you're that kid in school that says some weird shit that you're like, hey man, have a bar, have a donut, so that he doesn't play pumped up kicks and shit to you. What happens on Pigcake Plus? Well, Pigcake Plus Gaming. You got Pigcake Plus News. You got Pigcake Plus anything. So that's where that's restricted. It's just non-magic stuff. So I've been doing the news there regularly. I think we're by episode 18 or 19 on that. And then also today in particular, I didn't do a news story because I just focused on just a commentary video on Now This, saying that the word marijuana is racist, and my opinion on how that's a dumb opinion. How could you say that the word's right? No, but it has racist connotations because someone who is racist used the word. All right, dude. All right, dude. What's the hardest sleight you know? What's the hardest sleight to do well? And I think it's the pass. I'm still working on the pass. I'm still working on a lot of moves. The snap deal took quite a bit of time to get effectively. Another one that's kind of rough. Man, I really can't say. Maybe some doubles, some like dribble doubles, I guess. There's a pass that I think I taught in one of my projects, which is it's like a dribble. You do a dribble pass, and then you end it with a double lift that you hold. So you could show the card not to be on bottom or top. That's kind of a hardish move, I guess. But I'm not a fan of like these move monkey sort of slides. You know, I'm not a huge fan of those moves. I like to just learn. If I could avoid a slight, I'd rather do that than actually do a slight. You know? That's what I rather do. I rather if I could come up with a method that avoids doing a certain sleight, I rather do that and rely on subtlety rather than sleight if I can. But if it absolutely calls for a certain move, then I guess I'll try to do the easiest route possible. You know, I do understand the value in learning really difficult sleight of hand moves, and I do understand the value in that. But at the same time, if I could focus on presentation and focus on anything else other than a really hard move, I'd rather do that. BRB, gotta go drive a bus. Nice. That's a fun one. Do you go to university or college? I went to university and college years ago. I kind of so that's that. I graduated a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. I mean, a decent amount of time ago. How about this one? This is right. You could try that. That goes through. It goes through, or this one where you have two rubber bands, right? And then you could make them go through each other, right? Like this. Oh, I guess it's gone. You could do this one. Oh, it broke. Very nice. You could do this shit. I'm pretty sure I can't do it with this rubber band. Let me see if I can do it. There you go. You do this thing, right? You show a rubber band there, and then it jumps on the other hand. Yeah, they actually both are from your parcel. You fucking creep. So I have something around my wrist that you came in contact with. You absolute sicko. Disgusting individual, man. You are a nasty woman. A deplorable. A supremacist of the white variety. Speaking of graduating, I was talking to a friend of mine, a teacher, and she was complaining about the pay. I'm sure she wasn't complaining about having 3 months off during the summer. or 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 2 weeks off in December, or 1 week off in April, or 2 weeks off, or sorry, a week and 3 days off in Thanksgiving, all paid. I'm sure she wasn't complaining about that. I know. What's your favorite magic book? Expert Card Technique, Hugo and Browie. My favorite magic book. I think I've shown mine on stream, and it's beat the fuck up. It's just holes everywhere because the cover's gone. Just out of use and abuse. But yeah, dude, that's kind of a funny thing. I don't know why she would be complaining about pay. I mean, you have so much time to do anything else you want. Best trick in magic for dummies. I would say this thing with the finger. Greatest trick for magic for dummies is that one. Is that girl from ACAN and all the other projects gonna be in the new one? Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. So it's actually got somebody to help me out film that. So there's a couple performances on there, live performances, because people like those. So I have a couple ones there. People might enjoy those. So, but that's in a new project. New project hype this Friday. Don't miss it out. Not this Friday. Sorry, next Friday. Next Friday. Wouldn't it be shitty if I drop it this Friday with no hype and no marketing whatsoever? It's like, hey, do you like have any sort of business sense whatsoever? But next Friday, I'll be sure to hype it. A new video tomorrow, though. New video tomorrow, that's for sure. Do you think if you were more serious, I'd have more subs? Yeah, I'd also want to kill myself. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I wanted to do my thing differently. Coming a Friday. Nice. I wanted to do my channel differently than others, and I think I've done that. I've stood out at least a little bit. So that's a good thing. Just too many channels are very mundane, very, ordinary. I thought I would kind of twist it up, add a little bit of humor and life to them. So that's kind of what differentiated, or was my idea when starting the channel. So, LG Astros, if you kept your opinion to yourself, maybe you would have more friends. Oh, I thought you were talking about the Astros. I was like, what city is LG? I didn't realize what city. What was your favorite part of the puzzle? Shit. A lot, actually. I liked a lot of it. Even though you're a psycho and a serial killer. Your puzzle, I liked the phone aspect. I wasn't a huge fan of. There was something that I liked that really got me, that I'm like, you motherfucker. Oh, the fucking card, you bitch. When you tore up the card and you put it together and you had to burn it. Oh, you are a piece of absolute dog trash for that. But that got me. It was a realization. Man, that video probably took 3.5 hours to shoot. I condensed it to 25 minutes, I think. But nah, man, that was Did you tape up the burner phone? No, I'm sure Butcher has my picture. I'm about 1,000% sure Butcher has my picture. Although, I did see some stuff on the phone beforehand, Butcher. I did see some stuff on the phone beforehand that makes me wonder. There's a certain app installed on that phone that somebody else has mentioned, a good idea with the app. Maybe if this, then that. Huh? I did see a little bit of an Uber transaction in the phone. I saw some other stuff, maybe gives me some hints. You're very well versed in if this, then that. I know somebody else from that area who's also well versed in if this, then that. Is that maybe a little bit of a hint? Richard S., what's your personal workout plan? Is that a serious question, or is that like because I work out at least 4 times a week, and then I jog every day. So that's kind of what I do. I have some weights here, do some body shit, but I work out. I've realized the what do you call this? The effectiveness of breaks. You need to have your body resting. I used to work out every day, but then I realized, you have to take breaks, because if not, then it doesn't help. But so jogging every day and then working out at least 4 times a week. Am I jacked? My My penis is. I can't say that here. That's Pigcake Plus content. That's Pigcake Plus. Oh yeah, if this then that, the cult app that nobody uses. No, listen, Butcher. It's not about using if this then that. It's about how if this then that was used. And most people would use it in a very shitty way. You used it in a way that lets me know that you're knowledgeable about the app. And there's only one other person that I know that's fairly knowledgeable about the app, which I'm like, oh, okay, all right, fairly interesting. Fairly interesting series of situations that have led to this. And then also wiping the phone, that was a good touch. You wiped the phone clean immediately after you knew the puzzle was done. So that was fairly interesting. Do you ever use mnemonica? No. I haven't memorized the deck. The one that I like is a stack by Michael Weber called Card Kindergarten, which is a no memory memorized deck. Very good. Look it up. It's very rare though. It's in those Vine compilations, rare Vines that you could show your mom. It's in one of those. That's not true. You just Google it. By Michael Weber. That's my favorite stack. Are you messing around with card manipulation? I'm not a fan of borderless, man. I don't understand why people do this shit. This deck would look so much better if it had a white border. It's a beautiful deck, don't get me wrong. Randy Butterfield, I only hear amazing things about him. But I wish more decks had borders. I don't understand what it is, man. Richard Turner doesn't do card manipulation. He's a card mechanic. You know, that's just marketing, man. I know all these terms. Will Size a visualist. It's the same shit. You do tricks. All right? Stop trying to label yourself. Professional opportunist. God. Gonna come out with my own deck called Borders. It won't have borders. That's amazing. I like the double entendre there. Unless you misspelt borders, but I like it. I like it. What's the other one? I'm gonna blow up some pigs. That's racist. The only picture on the phone was Butcher the Pig. That's the only picture on the phone. My bad. It's still manipulation regardless. Thank you for furthering acknowledgement. But I feel like that's just a marketing thing, man. I'm a manipulator. I'm a mechanic. You're handling cards. I mean, we're all doing the same shit. So it's just kind of a way to market yourself and label yourself. Oh, no, I'm not a magician. I'm a card mechanic. No, I'm not a magician. No, I'm a professional opportunist. Yeah. No, I'm not a magician. I'm an Episcopalian magi. I'm an Episcopalian magi. So that's it. This one. Hey, boy. There's another one by JM, Justin Miller. YM, JM. That's like that. That color change is a great one. I'm not a magician. I'm an entertainer and performer. But you do card tricks. So by all technicalities, you are a magician. You are part of the same shit. We're all the same shit, man. We're all the same shit. A mentalist. No, I'm a mental opportunist. Right? But that's what people are doing. They're calling themselves different names and stuff just to avoid saying magician. Now, I'm not a fan of magician. Don't think otherwise. I hate the term magician. But I also dislike all these other terms because it's just, you're trying to say the same shit in different words. Let me see if I could do. Oh, yeah, dude. I was trying to bounce it. I can't bounce it, I think, on this close-up pad. And now I've dropped more cards. I'm a conjurer. I'm a cutlery. God damn it, Butcher. Why you gotta make it psychotic, man? Seen this false cut? Seen this false cut right there? Look at that heat, boy. Let me see if I can do this thing. This is kind of tough to do. Yeah, boy. It's a difficult angle. What's your preferred term other than magicians? I don't know. I don't have any pronouns when it comes to magic. At the end of the day, it's magic. You're doing simulated magician shit. But I think to call yourself anything else other than a magician is very cringy. But then also calling yourself a magician is also very fucking cringy. So Asians do it better. Matthew, yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't get back to you the other day, man. I saw your shit, and I was gonna answer back, but yeah, we gotta schedule it in there. You, cause that party animal life, man. You got that party animal life. But I had to do some other stuff with the surroundings of the house, and I got distracted with that. But Sim, at least that problem we discussed is fixed. The one with the tubing in this fucking place. So that actually was one of the things I was working on. What if Pigcake was Asian? That's sexist to black people. Am I? I don't know if I have some Asian in me. I think I have a little bit. Actually, now that I think about it, I think there's someone that might be Asian, but like an odd Asian, you know, not like Asian, like Asian per se. You know what I'm talking about? Like Asian, you know, that sort of Durka. I think I might have some there. If you say street magician, I think if you say street magician, I immediately assume you're homeless. No, what do you do? I'm a street magician. Oh, so you don't have a house? Okay, that's cool. Every other weekend, Piggy has a little Asian in him. I wish, man. Asians are hot. Asians are hot. There were a couple that I saw the other day that I'm like, ooh, damn, son. It's all good. I thought of a way of turning into a formal act. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Ingenuity, son. Fuck. Get pumped with some good thought into card tricks. What are you going for as Halloween? A bitch? A little bitch? I thought you were Hispanic. What makes you think that, dude? I'm not Hispanic, dude. I'm not part Hispanic, dog. I'm not, I don't got that wet in me, dude. What do you think? What do you think? I got some of the. Do I sound like I got some Hispanic? Huh? Do I sound like I'm eating Dorito tacos all day? Do you ever need, never feel the need to find a goat with a durka? Maybe sometimes, man. I get lonely. I get lonely without my pet goat from the village. You know, everyone in the homeland had ooh, hey, I just innovated, dude. I just innovated something. Woo! Right there, son. Fuck. Okay, I thought I innovated some stuff. Hardcore cholo, bro. I ain't no cholo, Holmes. I ain't no cholo. Alright, cholos wish they could be me, bro. Bruh. Fucking cholos with my dickies and my boots and my wife beater. I am wearing a wife beater, by the way, so I might be cholo. I am technically wearing a wife beater, so. Have I ever seen Eugene Ho's acts? I think one. I think I've seen one. One of them from a long time ago that I think he did for FISM. Is YouTube your full-time job? Yes. Yes, it's been my full-time job for about, I would say, a year and 6 months. Hasn't been easy, but I've made it work. So, but, I mean, I rather struggle and work for myself than be miserable and work for somebody else. Tried that, you know. It wasn't a fun time, even though the money was good. So yeah, but YouTube's been my full-time gig for the past, I would say, yeah, a year and a couple months. Did you see the Instagram with the Cholo cycling class? No, I haven't seen it. I haven't checked my little things on Instagram in a bit. I gotta check it out. Oh, shit. I'm a beginner and magician and a cardist. How long does it take decent at the double lift? It takes a while. It takes a long time to get good at the double lift. And it really depends on how you get into it. But the thing about it is that when you're first learning it, the tendency is to do this sort of thing where you don't trust the weight of the cards. So you want to hold the card, you know, as much as possible. And then you're kind of like, you know, doing one of these sort of unnatural actions. But you need to get to the point where you just letting the card and gravity do its work for you, you know? But that just comes with time and practice. You're not going to be able to get it right off the bat. Very few people do, if any. I don't think I've seen anybody ever get a double lift, you know, nailing it. Let's see if I could do this. And this is a hard one that took a while to learn. Fuck, I promise I could do it. Shut up. Ah, you're making me nervous. I could do a shut up. All right, I've done it before. Your mom. Your mom. Whatever. All right, you know I could usually do it, just not now. There's a light in my face. I'm all sick and stuff. So stop it. But yeah, but definitely a lot of practice, man. Definitely a lot of practice. Who said the date? 6/30/2017. Is that it? Really? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's it. It might be before that. Definitely before that. How much have I made? Well, honestly, YouTube is peanuts. I make peanuts on YouTube. Really, through I'm blessed to be able that people buy the projects that I put out. That's always a great thing that helps out. Patreon obviously helps out tremendously. T-shirts, all that, all that combines, and I'm able to make like at least a full-time living through that. But the YouTube is probably the lowest, honestly, and I think it's just because of the nature of the content. Sometimes I make jokes that YouTube doesn't like, but whatevs, man. Whatevs. Let's see. Fuck, Mary, kill Jabrizi, Julius Dean, and Rich Lax. Damn, son. Uh, Rick Lax is definitely the hottest, so I'd probably end up, fucking him. Julius Dean has the most money, so I'd probably end up marrying him, and I'd probably end up fighting Jabrizi to the death. I'd probably end up fighting Jabrizi to the death. MMA, son. MMA 50K Jabrizi challenge. I should do that. Boxing challenges seem to be a thing. I should challenge Jabrizi to an official boxing match. I was disappointed the other day because Ramsey jumped in the stream, and I said I want to fight Jabrizi, and he's like, he'd probably whoop your ass. I'm like, what? Come on, man. The guy looks like he weighs 110 pounds, soaking wet, and that's 10 pounds of hair, son. That's 10 pounds of hair. All right, I could definitely take fucking Jabrizi, without a doubt. He definitely has the height. But there's no way. There's no way. Come on, man. So, fat fingered. What's the term for handling a large woman? I don't know, man. He's gonna use his girls to blind you and go in for the kill. Oh, that's amazing, man. That's amazing, dude. That's probably true. I feel like that might be true. What's with this, by the way? I've seen a lot of this shit on Instagram, right? You see this thing, like people doing this sort of robotic sort of shit. What can somebody that to me? What's the trend or what's the deal with that? I don't know if it's because I'm old that I don't understand, but you see them do this shit, They're like I don't get it. I don't understand this thing, right? Like how you're super gluing cards on your fingers now? Is that what we're doing with cardistry? I want to make it a point to comment on a bunch of cardisters' Instagrams, either their Instagram posts, and say that it's atrocious, that it's disgusting. What's worse, being a cardister or looking up cardister shit on Instagram? I would say both, man. Both are definitely are just as bad. Look at what is this, dude? What am I doing? Could you imagine doing this for a person, for like a human being, and you go, "Hey, show me a trick," and you go, "Yeah, I got you," and they're like, "Are you retarded?" Somebody needs to do that, man. Somebody needs to record themselves. Like, hey, man, I'm going to show you a trick, all right? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Like that. Like, somebody needs to fucking do that. I'd probably end up dying watching that sort of shit. Oh, boy. See, that's the content we're missing on YouTube, man. That's the content we're missing on YouTube. Do a Elmsley with a thick block. I could do that. I could do that. See that? Now it's getting a little bit harder. Fuck. There you go. And that's how many cards? Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 12 cards. There you go. So that's actually, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I fucked it up there. Sorry, I was showing off. Some counts there, but yeah. It's actually one of my favorite tricks. I haven't released it yet anywhere, but I do have a variation on the. I got like 90 ace of clubs. Shut up, man. I got a variation on Greg Wilson's world famous 3-card trick. Also David Williamson's world famous 3-card trick. I have a variation. That's probably gonna end up in my next project, to be honest. My touches on that. It's definitely one of my favorite sort of tricks. It's like the Pigcake top best of Pigcake. That's what I would consider. One of them is I guess my handling of that. It's a nice little bit of an ending on that. Little good moments. There's a moment in it. I'm gonna just say the moment here, but there's a moment where you throw away, like you're counting 4 cards throughout the entirety of a trick, right? But then you throw away 4 cards and then you still have 4. That's a little stupid thing, but I enjoy the timing on it, so I'll do that. That next project you can get if you join the Pigcake Card Academy. No, I think you got a little bit mixed, man. You got a little bit mixed. The projects are separate to the academy. But I do have this project that's coming out next Friday, which is a hot one. It's a hot one. And then I have one. I want to drop one at least a month, one every month of these projects. Just these combinations of separate tricks that work well, that are, of one variety. And do it that way. I think, people would enjoy that. Get some value out of it. You get a bunch of tricks. So, Dumpster 2, or call it Dumpster 2. Fuck! That's clever. That's fucking clever. God damn it. Now I'm ignoring you? What? I know what you're talking about, man. I'm not ignoring you. Here's something. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but here's something that's kind of hot. Right? That's something that's... Obviously, you see the method, but from a certain angle, it looks good. So that's kind of... You guys could... If you know how to do that move, you could kind of work on that. See that? That's not the way it's supposed to go. I could do this. Hold up. Stop. There you go. See? That's kind of a heated thing, right? For those of you guys that know the angle jog move, that's a little thing you could take with you, right? You could take with you. That's a little bit of a move. I'll tell you what, here's another one. Here's another little variant on a classic routine by J.K. Hartman. You could do this thing, right? With it. You could do it with it. So instead of doing it with a, what do you call this? A crimp, the card's jogged. So that's a little bit of an idea. A little bit of look-sees at some stuff that I haven't put anywhere. So this is actually based on that deck. Murphy sent me a deck a while ago that I reviewed called, I think, Swiss Army deck. And there's a trick where you snap or you flick and the card shoots out. This is just a way of me doing that without the gimmick deck, because that deck is gimmicked, which allows you to do that. So I just wanted to come up with a way to do that without a gimmick deck, and that's what I came up with. So it's a nice little bit of a production. So you show a card, put it somewhere in the middle, square it up, and of course from the front, it just looks like you snapped, and the card shoots out of the deck. So I'm not going to teach that, but you can kind of figure it out if you want to. You just caught the 5 of hearts and wasn't triggered. Yeah, I wasn't triggered. Because that bitch deserved it. That 5 of hearts. I already did my revenge on the 5. So this is another one. That's another one. One of these. You can't see it, but is this bullshit? I think I dropped that in the top 5 cardistry moves I need to stop. Make an actual pig cake on Pigcake Plus. I suck at baking, man. What's your go-to trick? Back in time, Jay Sankey. I think I mentioned that about 1,000 times every stream, because I love it so much, man. It's one of my favorite tricks. It's a perfect plot. It's a perfect ending. Don't apologize. What are you apologizing for, man? You don't gotta apologize. You should apologize for apologizing. That one or this thing? The standard. Is this the gimmicked one? No. I'll take out the gimmicked one. That one or this thing where you have somebody pick a card, right? And then you tell them that they're gonna find their card, and you know, you obviously get their card to the top of the deck, right? And you say you're gonna find your card. So we're gonna use the Jack of Diamonds here. Hold your fingers out. I'm just gonna run like this. Whenever you want, just insert the card in the deck anywhere you want, but don't let go of the card. You know, they do that, and of course they don't let go of the card. Was that your card, the Ace of Diamonds? No. How about this one, the Nine of Hearts? No, that wasn't your. What? It's a queen. It was and then of course you play it up with them, but then it ends up being the card in their hand. That's another one. I would say that that's kind of in my favorites of like spontaneous tricks. You know, like, hey, do something, because it's one of these like, man, you messed up, you suck. Did I really though? Because you should look at your hand. You rush to judgment, bitch. Or you know, you say whatever patter you're comfortable with. But look at that heats. So that's I guess two of my favorite things. So man, you guys have gotten some good stuff. Little stream, this little bit of a random stream here, son. Damn, boy. Look at this. This is another lens. See, look what your boy does. Look what your boy does for the production value, son. This is a lens that I got recently. Actually, not recently. I would say. Okay, that's cool. 14 notifications. This is a thing that I got recently. I would say. This is just to kind of like. I just saw it. Yeah. Silicone mini pig cake mold. That's actually dope. Sima. But this is a 30 mil. 30 mil lens. It's kind of dope. It's used, but it's something that I've enjoyed shooting pictures with, per se. The one that I have is the 50. The one that I had is the 50, and this one, and then the wide. The only thing is that it's a crop center, so you don't see the wideness of it, which is unfortunate. So I usually perform those sucker tricks, but usually I don't mess up. Well, I mean, you're not supposed to mess up. You're not. That's the point of a sucker trick. If you messed up, then you're the sucker. You know. Pigcake, have you gone to SockCon? God damn it! Listen, I'm aware of the memes. All right, I'm with it. I'm young. I know the memes. You can't just hit me with a SockCon meme like I'm some sort of virgin. All right. Zaid, that's your last name. Asian lives matter. Chris Angel, Jabrizi. Chris Angel, for sure. Chris Angel, 1,000% over Jabrizi. Are you serious? Right, let me try something. Hold up. Do you think this will work? If you do it like this, maybe? Nah. Yeah, there has to be a way to do that. We're trying to keep the angles here a little bit. I mean, like this, maybe? If somehow, obviously, this angle, this phone prevents me from doing some shit, but that could probably work. I need to work on that. You like Chris Angel over Jabrizi? Yeah. Are you serious? If you gave me the option between Chris Angel and Jabrizi, why? Do you know Russian Genius? Yeah, I know Vladdy. I know Vladdy Daddy. I know Vladdy Daddy. Oh, that might work. You're right. Triangle. Yeah, you know what? Let me try that. Yeah, you're right. Do this thing. This thing, right? But the card's usually angled like this. So I would have to figure it out. I just have to workshop it. Maybe off the edge of the table. So off the edge of the table, just get the deck to the edge, and then put the card in position, pull it back, and then hopefully it'll shoot through the deck. I need to test it out, see if it works. See that? Look at that. Workshop, boy. Workshopping those hot tricks. That's what I'm talking about. The answer is reserved for his first live stream, which you can find on Patreon. Do a chin up with the Russian Genius. like a chin up. My chin up game. My accent almost came out. My chin up game sucks. I'm not a huge fan of chin ups, even though they're fantastic for your back and core. So my chin up game is bad. I think this is. I wanted to do a stream while my shit rendered, and I'm pretty sure it's been rendered for about 50 minutes. About 50 minutes. So I'll probably end this in let's say 5 more minutes. So I'll end this in 5 minutes. See whatever comes up in the chat, and then end it. And then end it like it was always intended. Do you do cups and balls? No. I think I was watching one of the Wizard product reviews, and they said, so what tricks are obsolete and cringy? I think cups and fucking balls, or anything that involves balls coming out of your pocket. Here, hold my red sponge, sir, that I just took out of my pocket unironically. Speaking of chin up, when is the Finding Your Deck Stash continuation? Actually, soon, fairly soon. Actually, imagine carrying a cup and balls in your back pocket. You know, Jay Sankey had a thing called Magus capsule years ago that looked like an adult sex toy. You know, as opposed to a children's sex toy. Looked like a sex toy, right? And it's a portable cups and balls. So it was this metal capsule that you would pull apart, and it gave you two ends so you could do cups and balls. But you would have it in your pocket, and it would look exactly like a fat erection. So they took it off the market because the joke was, hey, is that a Magus capsule in your pocket, or are you happy to so yeah, but it was a good idea because it was like a portable cups and balls. You know, you pull the thing out, you have two sections, the lid and the other one, and you could do cups and balls tricks. But you know, it didn't have a good implementation in the shape. But what else shape could you have other than penile? Penile shape. Jan Frisch definitely has the best cups and balls because it's not like a traditional cups and balls. You know, it's a very sort of unique approach to it. The psychotic sort of thing with it, which I really enjoyed. I went into the dude that does it with like lenses. You know, I'm a cameraman. I love because magicians always have to add like the other shit that they're interested in life. I play baseball, so I'm gonna use fucking little gloves to represent the cups. Or I take pictures, so I'm gonna use a lens to represent the fucking cringe. The dudes from Illusionist made SpongeBall's black and said it was cool and edgy. That Yeah, I remember that. There's no way to make SpongeBalls cool. And then you might have somebody argue and say, yeah, but SpongeBalls is great because the magic takes place in their hands. Have you ever performed at Pigcake? You would know the power. Yeah, I did. I have. I remember a couple times, but with napkins, maybe. I think I remember one instance of that long time ago. But you're really gonna carry a piece of fucking sponge in your pocket and expect people to take you seriously? Hey, show me a trick. Yeah, sure. Hold up. Could you hold this? Could you hold that sponge? Yeah, hold this other sponge. Did you have that in your pocket? Yeah. Why? I don't know. I just carry them on me. Why? I carry them on me in hopes that somebody asks you to show them a trick. Yes. Bye. And then that's it. You lost them. It takes 2 seconds of logic to decimate SpongeBalls, right? Yeah, it's a Ruffle fan. Paul Weatherby, who invented the Ruffle fan, would be so disappointed. That's factual. They take your fucking balls. Yeah, and they would steal them. They'd be like, these are mine now, and I'm gonna use them to wash dishes, because that's what sponges are. You magician, and they take them, and then you're gone. So I don't understand. Why would you ever have that on you? That's my argument with a deck. You know, you have a deck of cards on you, right? Somebody says, hey, what do you do? And you go, I'm a magician. And then they go, hey, show me something. And you go, yeah, sure. Why do you have cards on you? I like carrying cards on me. But why? They feel nice? Do you carry cards on you hoping that somebody asks you to show them a trick? Yeah, and then it's over. They steal your cards, and then you know, come all over the place, and it's embarrassing for everyone. It's embarrassing for everyone. So, no, that's cringe, man. That's why I'm on team. Don't carry cards on you. Don't carry cards on you, son. Pause the stream. I need a drink. I'm gonna end it in well, I said 5 minutes 5 minutes ago, so I'll do 5 more minutes and then I'll end it. Hit the even 60 minutes. Then at parties they start playing games with your cards. Well, I mean, if they're taking out cards, if somebody has cards, then yeah, I'll show you some. Have you seen this one? You know, and then you might do one of these bitches to show all the ladies that you mean business, right? Or one of these bitches, right? And then they all go, hey man, you really don't have a life. And then you go, nope, you know. And then you go, watch, look, I'm gonna find the 4 aces. Boy, you really don't have a life, do you? Oh, penis. 6. Fuck me. I can do this. Stop it. Stop it. You're making me nervous. I'm gonna come wrong. There's less of them. That's why it's harder. Alright? I knew I was off. I lost it. I'm sorry. Let's see where the other one was. Really, dude? There? Whatever. Case in point, you know, you look like a loser. You're that guy that brings out the cards. You look like an absolute and complete loser if you're that particular person. So, what else? I used to have them with me in school, and when we were talking about symmetry, as like a teacher, or like as an individual. As a teacher, as an individual. Because if that's like as a teacher, then that makes sense. But if you're talking about symmetry and you're bringing cards just as a student, I think that's some lame shit, dude. I think that's some lame shit. Change jobs. There's a girl there, so I haven't touched cards in close to a month. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. It turns them off. It turns them way off. Can you help me with physics homework? Yeah, if you want to fail. If you want to fail, dude. Oh boy. Oh boy. As a student, oh boy, man, that's rough. That's definitely rough. You know, I'm gonna end the stream there, man. I'm gonna end the stream there. I think that's a good place. That's definitely a good place to end it. New video coming out tomorrow. Is this new video coming out tomorrow? And hopefully you guys are gonna enjoy it. 10 o'clock tomorrow in the morning, and then next Friday, new project. So look it out, man. Look out for that, dude. You're gonna expect some heat next Friday. New project hype. I'm gonna go figure out different ways to